Good morning, everybody. Keith Engle here for TGI Sports Talks Sunday Stream of Consciousness. It's great to have you all with us today. Welcome. Great to have you. Great to be here. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. Chilly. Nice fall day. Go Patriots. A lot to talk about today. Welcome everybody watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. All the groups that allow us to share. Where's my groups? Their favorite ones are always scrolling at the bottom. John Gonzalez from the Sports Authorities, Greg Rawlings from America's Pastime, the Love for Baseball, Bottom Line Sports, Flo and Can. They'll be getting their podcast back up and running, I believe, with Flo returning to the States here very soon. We're happy to hear that. Ken Krause at Golf Bud, Sports of All Sorts, and many others, guys. You drive this show. I mean, weekly. Jesus, we're up to 5,000 views a week. Not necessarily for this show. We get between 5 and 10 with all the shows that we do. So happy. Followers jumping up. Got to get the YouTube up to speed though. I don't know. I don't know what to do there. I wish I did. Anyway, Ralph Williams, quick shout out to you at RW Media. Ralph does some great stuff, including the Sports Corner from Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. With Smoke and Jim Frazier. I believe I'm going to be on with them Tuesday. I got to double check, ask them to remind me. Looking forward to that as well. Catch out Jack and Keith's Weekend Playbook tomorrow as well at 8 a.m. Eastern. Lots to talk about today, guys. We'll get to your comments in just a second and your good mornings. College football yesterday. Lots of, not a great card, but some interesting developments. LSU, the ship be sinking. I said that to James this morning. James Martin, our resident LSU fan on National Streaming Sports, and James will probably pop in here at some point. But I said the ship be sinking, to quote Derek Coleman at LSU and Brian Kelly, and he said it sunk. I can hear them counting money. $53 million is going to cost to buy him out at the end of this season. Good luck finding somebody better. What else is going on yesterday? Ole Miss with a big bounce back. Arch Manning played a great game yesterday before he got hurt. Arch Manning played a tremendous fourth quarter. You guys keep telling me Arch Manning sucks and he won't be any good. He's a bust. Give him time. He'll play well. Tough place to play, Starksville, too. I know Mississippi State not winning SEC games, but they beat Arizona State this year at home. They give other teams fits. That's a good win for Texas, and they were trailing by a lot in this game at one point. Indiana rolls. Who else? Miami struggles but gets a big win. Vandy with another impressive victory against a really good Missouri team. Hugh Freeze changes quarterbacks back, benches Jackson Arnold, and gets a comeback win. Lots to talk about there, if you like. The group of five is now thrown into a bit of a flux now, too, with Memphis coming back and beating South Florida yesterday. World Series, Yamamoto, another complete game. 2 straight. I mean, years ago, this would not have sounded like a big deal. This is a big deal. Kudos to Yamamoto, who is just tremendous. Tremendous yesterday. Threw 70, I think he threw like 23 balls the whole day or something, the whole night. But congratulations to him. Ohtani is pushed to game 4. It looks like. I believe we're going to get Scherzer and Glasnow tomorrow night in game 3. We'll talk about that. The NFL, we've got all the games today to talk about. Fields back in the starter role after being benched last week. Jackson's still out. Cousins is going to play. It looks like Patriots trying to avoid a trap game, win a home game. They're 1-2 at home. And in all this, the Knicks are 2-0, and we got a gambling scandal to talk about in the NBA, which, by the way, is going to bring everything you see into question. Everything. And I'm not rightfully so. I'm just going to say that every time you see a controversial call, you're going to go, huh. I still think, again, even if we say this is a tip of the iceberg with what happened here And the whole Billups thing, by the way, and Rozier thing are totally different. At least at the surface, the Billups thing has nothing to do with games. Nothing. Now, I have a theory that it does have something to do with games, and the mob might have something on them. Don't know. Rozier's is involved in games and prop betting. You can't allow these, and they put themselves in bed with them, these leagues, right? The sports books, and you can't allow these player props. This is the easiest thing to fix in sports. Easiest thing. So anyway, all that and much more to talk about. And the Knicks are off to a 2-0 start amongst all this other nonsense that we've got to talk about in the world of sports. Good morning, CA. Good to have you with us out there in Oklahoma, Texas area. Where I don't know, you're in Texas, I believe. Danny Fuller out in the sunny country of California. Good morning. Day off for the Dodgers. Go NFL. What officials will have us say talking cash in the sign, unfortunately. It is unfortunate. And Danny, I know this whole gambling thing is going to bring up, and I know I wasn't taking a shot at you yesterday in the chat when I commented on what you put up about LeBron. But again, I said with Jack on Friday that, again, another part of this scandal, besides Rozier, fixing his own personal performance, was the leaking of player information and whether they would play or not. And LeBron's name came up and 3 or 4 other players. What'll happen, unfortunately, is somehow those players will come into question, right? And there's no reason to think they have anything to do with this. In fact, one of the games that was what was the player releasing? Actually, both of these guys might have been releasing player availability information, but the guy from Cleveland, I can't remember the other guy that was indicted, James. He said LeBron and another guy wasn't going to play for the Lakers one night, and they did play, and then the people he gave the information to weren't terribly happy. So again, there's going to be a lot. It taints everybody. Because, again, even if this is the tip of the iceberg, it's still a very small percentage of people. And it's going to play into the tinfoil hat job wackos who think the league fixes games and scripts games, whether we're talking mostly in the NFL, we talk about that. It's ridiculous. If you think that, you're nuts. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter who I offend or chase away. If you think that, you're nuts. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get to individual people like Rozier, maybe the odd NFL or college football official. We've seen a lot of bad officiating this year. Do I think it's all because those guys have been paid money? No. I think most of them are just bad. It's really weird. Rob Manfred said, too, that, they were going to get more diligent about player injury information. How about we just don't release any? Well, that would hurt gamblers. It would hurt guys like myself. I like to gamble. I'm not a prude, but I'm not playing in the games. Finally broke my streak, by the way. 9 winners in the last 10 picks. So I'm very happy to be on the right side of the ledger here for a change. Today we can make some significant movement into the green. It was Shannon Bream. What am I missing? Help me out, CA. Good morning, Rick Sherlock. Good to have you with us, my friend. Rick pointed out yesterday how Lane Kiffin, and I love Lane Kiffin. I really do. I think he's funny. I think he's a really, really good recruiter. I think he's a really good play caller. Sometimes Lane needs to show he's the smartest guy in the room. And a couple times yesterday, he shot himself in the foot. Rick pointed out one, but before the one you pointed out, Rick, even down at the goal line, a drive in the late in the first quarter, early second quarter, he takes out Chambliss and puts in a different quarterback who doesn't have any. He's coming off the field cold. For what reason? There is none. And they end up with a field goal. Then later on, I think early in the third quarter, he goes for it at like his own 25, loses 10, and gives the ball to who are they playing? Oklahoma. inside the 20. Gift them a field goal. But overall, Ole Miss played really well. I felt, again, while they never could pull away, it felt to me like they were dominating this football game. Longhorns were down 17 in the fourth. A great comeback for this team. And maybe this is the catalyst. Everybody's so down on Texas. Texas is not out of this by any means. They've only got one loss in the SEC, correct? Am I right? Or am I right? Where's my standings here? Let's get out of this rankings. Let me look at the SEC standings. I believe Texas only got one loss. I don't know whether they control their own destiny. We'll have to take a look at that. Texas A&M on top of that with 5 wins, Alabama undefeated. But you got a boatload of teams with 4 teams with 1 loss. SEC might get 6 teams in a playoff. Good morning, Billy Pulver. How are you, my friend? Am I a busy guy? I don't feel that busy. Finally getting some sleep. It's funny. My retirement clock is now kicked in. From 6 weeks, I'd still wake up after 4 hours of sleep. I'd wake up at 4:45. Now, I didn't always get up at 4:45. I don't want you to think that, but kind of lay around in bed till 5:30, 6 o'clock sometimes. Now, there's been mornings I sleep right through till 7:15. Love it. Check out what I just sent you and what the ref said about being the tip of the iceberg. Where'd you send it? Hang on. What did Rick send? Can I play it? I don't know if I can get to it or not, Rick. Let me see if I can get to it. Again, the tip of the iceberg, when we're talking about gambling in all of sports, is still going to be a small amount of people, right? But the problem is, as I said, everybody's going to be under suspicion, and it's just sad what we're going to have to deal with. Let's see what you sent me, Rick. Let's you guys talk amongst yourselves for a second. I don't know why it's not opening. For some reason, it doesn't want to open. Check it out. As I said, tip of the iceberg. Well, we'll see if it opens up, Rick. Remind me to go back. Oh, let's see. If we can play this, we will. I'm going to listen to Tim Donahue, who, by the way, is one of the least. Let's see, can I play this or not? I don't seem to be able to get any volume on it, Rick. Well, we'll check it out. We'll share it to our page later. I don't see how. Oh, wait, here. All right. How long is it? I don't know if I choose this guy or not. Let me play this. Let me see if I can share this. I'm going to see if I can share this, and we'll see if we can play it. Again, let's consider the source here. Here's a guy who fixed NBA games himself. So I'm not so sure that he's my favorite source here, but let's just see what he's got to say here. We got him in here. All right, let's see. Ready?
The NBA is always one step ahead of everybody else. They're always calculating every move. And even in my case back then, they weren't supposed to release anything to anybody. And I was going to, do different things with cooperation. And they leaked the story to the New York Post, and everybody knew not to talk to me. I think this is a situation where when you get involved with the feds, they have the ability to scare the daylights out of you, tell you you're going to jail for 20 years. You end up cooperating. I think all these guys that are in this pot are going to end up cooperating. This is the tip of the iceberg, and this thing is going to be bigger than anyone ever imagined.
Like, how big do you think this thing gets?
From the trainers to the players to the coaches There's a lot of people involved, and some people, they're involved because of addiction issues and getting in too big with bookies, and the rules sometimes don't apply to people with power and money, and you think that you're not going to get caught. You always end up getting caught, like I did, and you're cocky, and you think that you're going to get away with something like this, and you don't, and then boom, you're in the pot, and everyone's trying to save their own ass, and that's what it comes down to with this. And I think you're going to see widespread, big name people are involved in this.
Well, I would say that again, he has no knowledge of anything. He's surmising, and he's not wrong. It's easy for these guys to get there. The leagues have put themselves in this situation, by the way. You want to get in bed with bookies and gambling sites? Again, they're legal. But these prop bets, the player availability information, maybe there shouldn't be any released. We'll all, try to figure it out as we go. Good piece, though, Rick. Thank you for that. Good morning from frigid Dollywood. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. 34 former professional athletes and officials is what the lead investigator said. By the way, that number was 4. What I write down, what I say the other day on the show, from 2019, I still have it here. From 19 to 22, the number was 4. The last 2 years, it's like 27, Jeremy. So it is getting more prolific. Again, I still think even the tip of the iceberg is a very small percentage of players and coaches and whoever else, officials. The sad part is it's going to bring everything into question. Everything. There's a guy that I know I'm going to see watching football today that I'm going to want to punch in the face 7 times today. Maybe he won't be there. No, it's not Mark. Rick. And I don't want to, libel this guy or whatever the right word is for verbal, assassination. I had to put up with him 2 weeks in a row sitting right next to me. I had an altercation with him last year. Not an altercation. I told him he was a know-nothing a-hole. You never seen a guy be able to carry on commentary about 6 games all at the same frickin' time and berating everybody who plays that he bet against. Chris F. Grave, good morning, my friend. 1990 in April, a 28-year-old Felix Fermin, there's a name from the blast, hit his first professional home run and 900 bats in his first since high school. That might have been his last home run. Felix Fermin, not known for his bat, for sure. 63-44 picking every game in the NFL this year. That's without the spread, I assume. If it isn't, you should be betting all those games. That's pretty good. You must be in on the fix then, I guess. There is no fix. There will be individual problems. Danny says, let's be honest. Many thought MJ took a year off due to gambling addiction. I don't think it's true, by the way. Why would they think otherwise today? I didn't think that then. So why would I change my mind now is another question. For ones who defended his baseball, which would be me, will now split some and think he avoided suspension just a thought. I get it. I get it, and many people will think that. Again, another byproduct of what we're talking about. You got to remember, too, that was 30 years, or how long ago was that? 20 years ago? I don't even remember. 90, it's 30 years ago. And by the way, MJ, even the rumors about Michael Jordan were never about fixing games, right? A gambling addiction. A guy would go on the golf course and lose, $25,000 in a round of golf or more. But there was never any allegations or even whispers about him betting on NBA games or involved with gamblers that way. But you can get yourself in trouble. That's the problem with gambling of any sort for anybody involved in sports, right? Because if you get into the hole to a bookie, they're going to ask for something back. This is what I think happened to Chauncey Billups, by the way. I really do. I don't have any evidence, quite frankly, none. But when you look at it logically, what is a guy like Chauncey Billups, who's making millions of dollars a year? I don't know what his salary is, but I'm guessing it's $5 million a year. He made a boatload of money as a player. He's in the NBA Hall of Fame. What has he got what has he got to gain by doing what he's doing to lure guys into a poker game that's fixed? What is salary? $2 million. Okay. Well, that's in 2012. I'm not buying that. I don't know. I'm not buying that number, but whatever. What has he got to gain? I don't think Michael Jordan was suspended for gambling. There's always those whispers. I mean, his father was killed because gamblers, you don't think Michael Jordan could have paid whatever gambling debts he had? Just saying. Hello, JB. And again, listen, I get people who think that way. I'm not saying, Danny, if you believe that he was suspended for gambling for a year, I get it. I can see why you would think that. I don't. Again, I'm an Occam's razor kind of guy, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist in any way. I'm not calling you one either. But I've always been an Occam's razor guy. The simplest answer is almost always the right one. Not always, but almost always the right one. I think Michael simply retired. Got to remember, Michael had a lot of stuff going on. His father had been murdered, and I don't think by gamblers. So I get it. And this is the really sad, unfortunate byproduct of any time these stories break, is that we're going to look at everything differently. I will. I'm probably not going to take that leap, but it makes you go, And I'm going to have less and less of a place to stand, for guys like Danny maybe, or other guys who might think what they think. How am I going to argue? All I can give you is my own opinion. That's all anybody has here, right? There's still a lot of gray area here. We don't know answers to a lot of stuff. Did my chat thing change again? God darn it. I just realized that. It's taking up more of the screen again. Let's see. How do I fix that? Nah, I don't want that. I don't know where I found that now. Oh, crap. Oh, well, never mind. We aren't going to worry about it. Good morning, JB. Check out JB's Back It Up Binge podcast. JB does some great interviews over there. Fox News Sunday. Oh, Shannon Bream. Now I know who you're talking about. I promised my wife I wouldn't watch it. Stars finally won again last night. It's just so hard to believe it. We're at, October 26th. Vacation in 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks from today, I'll be doing the show live from the Carnival of Valencia. Is that 2 weeks from today? 28? What's today? 26? Well, this says the 28th. Why does that say 20? Oh, that's September. October 26th, 2nd, 9th. Yeah, 2 weeks from today, I'll be doing this show from the Valencia. It's hard to believe, though, hockey in the NBA is in full gear. Knicks 2-0. Beat the Celtics and the Cavaliers, two conference rivals to start the season. Nice wins for Mike Brown to get it underway. Hello, Paul Spada. How are you, my friend? Good win for Oregon yesterday. Dante Moore, speaking of quarterbacks getting injured, gets hurt in this game. Have not seen a lot about the severity of it. We'll talk more about that on Wednesday, though. Good day yesterday, by the way, for some people. This is the NBA. Where's my college scoreboard? Last week, Allen was 10 for 10. It was our best week so far by far. Everybody been struggling quite a bit. We're starting to get some good weeks. Neil Bush was 9 out of 10 yesterday. Great job. Who else? Danny, 8 wins out of 10. Nice job. Rick, Alan, myself, 7 out of 10. Good job. And we get down into some 6s and whatnot. Leading the way, and we'll just go over this quickly so we can get back to the show and talk about, listen, a lot of stuff to talk about in college football. 55 for Neil, starting to pull away a little bit. 3-game lead now over Allen. Rick's at 51. Danny and James are at 48. I'm at 47. Michael's at 46. Paul, I hate to say this, you're down at 39. Anyway, good job. Toronto Raptors playing Olympic-style basketball, driving the net and creating foul opportunities. They aren't playing with that weird lane shrinking, are they? Raptor, listen, the East is going to be wide open this year. That's why the Knicks, by the way, Knicks need to win this year. You don't want to be, this is their window right now, because as a Knicks fan, I'm going to tell you this, because, and I know, Rick, you're giving basketball another shot. It's hard. The regular season can be difficult. You tune in on the wrong day, you're going to see some ugly, ugly stuff. Playoff basketball, much better. But the Knicks this year, with Halliburton out, with Tatum out, Celtics a bit of disarray, Pacers in disarray a bit. Cleveland, I don't think is good as the Knicks. This is their, and the East is wide open. Orlando's going to be better. There's going to be some better teams in the East. Jack and I are going to do a little preview. We're going to put that on tape to play one of the Monday or Friday shows while I'm gone. Stars again today on a back-to-back. That's unusual in the NHL, and especially in October. What? Good morning to Michael Dighton Edwards. Great day to be a Lions fan. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. Hello, John Gonzalez. How are you? John Gonzalez, I mentioned at the top for the sports authorities. John often will join us and put me into a find a way to push me into saying something bad about Joe Namath or somebody else he likes a lot. John, the best admin out there at the sports authorities. Please, if you haven't checked out John's site, please do so. At the risk of getting people in trouble. This was terrible, but how did Ohtani get away with it? He should have been banned for baseball. What? Are we talking about the betting again? There's zero evidence. Again, I'm assuming this is what we're talking about. Why? I mean, there's no evidence, and I don't think, and again, I'm a guy, well, again, I guess I just look at what's there. I don't know we didn't do it. Again, why would I think it's not true? I think he's the stupidest human being on the face of the earth. But we've seen lots of stories where celebrities, ball players, whatever, have lost millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars even, to people that were in control of their money that they shouldn't have given control of their money. So, again, here's the thing, John. If baseball's covering this up, it'll come out. There's no way to cover stuff up today. How do you possibly cover up anything today? With the way social media is, with people talk about everything, and there's a paper trail to everything that happened. It's very hard to cover stuff up. And there's no way that he gets away with this without baseball covering it up. I could be 100% wrong, but I don't think I am. Just like I'm sure you don't think you are. Here's a suggestion for y'all who love beef. Watch Free to People podcast, Where's the Beef, with Congressman Massey. Very insightful. If it's going to turn me off beef, then I don't want to watch it. Actually, I don't eat a lot of beef. I'm a chicken guy, man. I love chicken. Former Pro Bowl champion Brian Hansen gets his Social Security check today. He's 65 years old. Happy birthday, Brian. How are you? He may not get his Social Security check, by the way. I'm not getting mine. I'm waiting. I want there to be no Social Security, so I'm waiting till I'm 70. I'll take that 8% every year, man. Give me that 8% increase, 2%. I'll take the COLAs, whatever you want to give me. Gain a lot of money in 5 years if you're in a position to wait. Unfortunately, I put myself in that position, so I'm happy. The NBA scandal is much deeper than the amount of guys involved. Must be some big names involved. I would, again, specific guys. And to me, it's not, well, you're not specifically trying to fix a game, but you're certainly having an effect on the outcome of the game when you affect your own performance. And again, this is the easiest thing to fix. And I'm not excusing these guys who get involved in this. You know, what does Mike Rozier need? How much money do you need? Jack had a theory that it was thrill. Chauncey Billups got involved luring guys into fixed poker games for the thrill. I think somebody's got something on him. But again, the league send the wrong message when you get involved and take billions of dollars from sports books and let them put out prop bets on individual performances. It's very easy to fix those things. Mike Rozier showed you how easy it is. Oh, my back hurts. Take me out. Well, your Rivers today, or I would come do your security. I hope you stop up some Sunday, Rick. Make sure you check with me because we're there. I'm there the next 2 weeks, and then I'm going to miss 3 consecutive Sundays because we're gone the 9th, the 16th, and the 23rd. We'll be doing this show on the 9th and the 16th. The 23rd, we might have to do an impromptu show maybe during the 1 o'clock games. I don't think we get back to Albany until 1:30 that Sunday. So, and we're traveling, getting to the airport and such during the time we would do this show. So that's the only Sunday show that will be affected by my vacation. And I still don't have an answer to this question. Am I on vacation? When you're retired, are you taking a vacation or am I just going away? So anyway, I'm hoping to get an answer on that. Billy Pulver, help me out. Rick, since YT won't allow me to share here, I'll share the podcast in the Fantasy League chat. Oh, that's good. Sure. You can share, though. Oh, you don't have a Facebook? That's good, though. Put it in there. I appreciate that. Everybody should be following. By the way, some of you guys, I need you to do me a favor. Danny, Chris, Michael, I'm not sure about, Paul. If you could go to TGI Sports Talk and hit the follow button. You guys have all liked the show's site page, but what really helps me more is the follow part. And if everybody here that comes in on Sunday would just share to their page, invite. Here's a better thing. Go to TGI Sports Talk. And I was going to do this a while back. I should do it now. This is a little bit, I apologize. This is going to be a little bit of self-promotion, so I apologize. Here's what I would appreciate everybody doing. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to show you where to do this. I think. I know we got a lot of comments here. Let me just try something here. Oh, I have nothing to share. Why? What's going on? Where's my homepage? All right, here we go. Let me see if I can share this. Share screen. There we go. All right, I'm going to show you this one time. So take a look here, guys. All right, I'm going to show you. You see my screen here, right? So if you go over here to this, so you got the banner up here. You come down here to the content. You got add story right here. you can click on, is this the right one? Invite people to connect. I don't think that's what I want. I don't know if that's the right one. Damn it. Yeah, I think that is the one. They must have changed what it looks like. If you click on invite, you guys won't get this. I got to switch back to my personal page. You might. I don't think you do. But if it takes you back to your personal page, anyway, we had a slow internet today. We'll leave that as it is. If you guys can do that and go invite all your friends, I'd appreciate it. Just don't invite them all at once, because if you do, you end up with they'll block you, because you can invite maybe 100 at a time or something. But I'd appreciate it. Self promotion. I apologize. Danny, you can do that for John Gonzalez's group, by the way, Sport Authority. Any of the groups that allow us to share, you can do the same thing on their page. You can go and invite your friends to join that page. So do that for John. Do that for the other people you see scrolling at the bottom. John says, oh, sorry, hold on. Danny's a Jimmy the Greek of our era. Is that a good thing? I assume John means that as a compliment, Danny. These are greedy people. It's all about greed, making millions of dollars, playing a game, having a great life, and yet you feel the need to gamble on games and fix games. Is it greed, John, or is it a need for action? Again, I gamble. I have some fun with it. I don't gamble beyond my means. But most people who are addicted to gambling, it isn't about the money. So it's not necessarily greed. It's more about having action, right? It's not winning. And I know some people that have been in this situation. It's not about winning. It's about the thrill of the action. It's about placing the bet itself. So it's not always about the money. So it's a little more complicated than just greed. I mean, that could play into it with some of these guys. And they got to be banned forever. Again, if Ohtani was involved, here's the thing I'll tell you about Ohtani and his interpreter. The one thing I don't believe, I still don't believe Ohtani was involved. Okay? I don't. In the gambling. I'm not going to tell you that he may not have given his interpreter, and his interpreter didn't ask questions about, injuries and what else that were going on around the team. He never bet on the Dodgers, in other words, was put out in this report. I don't believe that. If you got a gambling problem like this guy has, and you're in as deep as this guy is, the easiest place for you to go put a wager where you've got some intelligence is in Major League Baseball, because you're sitting in a Major League Baseball clubhouse. Now, again, if Ohtani was involved and knew that he was giving information to a guy to gamble, that's wrong, and he should be suspended. I don't think he was, but I also think this guy was accumulating information, intelligence, and using it and betting on Major League Baseball. Sure of that. Our weekly Tiger Woods news from Chris. Is Tiger having a surgery a week now? No, Tiger will not rebound with a vengeance unless it's on the Champions Tour, because Tiger's too old. I don't think anybody. How old is Tiger? Anybody want to take a guess at how old Tiger is? I'm going to say he's 50. Maybe he's 49. 49 years old. He'll be ready for the Seniors Tour in December. He's never winning a major again. He's never going to. He could win a PGA tournament, I suppose, or compete. Will he rebound with a vengeance? 100% no. I'm not sold on Mike Brown either. I don't want to imply when I talk about the Knicks' nice, quick 2-0 start. Remember, they've gotten off the bad starts under Tom Thibodeau nearly every year and rebounded. And Mike Brown needs to have a good start because I don't think he's going to have much of a grace period if they were to stumble. But when he's already tempered expectations by saying we're not going to emphasize wins, we're going to look at managing playing time and be ready for the playoffs, which I'm all in favor of. But when you talk the way he's talked, it's almost like you're kind of tempering expectations a little bit. The Knicks don't need to win 60 games right away, right? They can win 49 or 50, get in the playoffs, and be 100% ready to go from there. But I'm not sold on Mike Brown either. I mean, he's the team's sixth choice pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, maybe fifth. But so again, my comments, John, weren't necessarily to be an endorsement of Mike Brown. Simply the Knicks are off to a good start, and I'm happy. That's it. It's getting so businessmen can't expect no return from a fixed fight. Now, if you can't trust a fix, what can you trust? From a good return, you got to go betting on chance. Well, that's what it is anyway, by the way. Who's the quote from? It looks like part of that's in quotes. Not all of it, though. You got an open-end quote. Is that a quote from somebody, CA, or is that yours? So you know what's funny is it's going to get to the point maybe that you won't know which side the fix is on. So the game actually would be still even and left a chance because both sides are trying to fix the game. Frank Thomas is Frank Thomas Jr. The now Frank Thomas the third just committed to Auburn where his dad played. He's 6'2", 188 pounds, 17 years old, and plays first base. Sounds like his dad. A little smaller. I believe his dad played at Auburn, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me if I'm incorrect. And you're back with anarchy, right back in the jungle. Oh, that's the rest of... who's the quote from? It's very good to put it in quotes and make sure we know you're quoting it. Apparently you're quoting somebody, unless you're quoting that yourself. Let us know who you quoted there, CA, would you? Oh, there you go. Thank you. Johnny Casper and Miller's Crossing. What a great movie, by the way. If you've never seen Miller's Crossing, it is a tremendous movie. If I remember right, Gabriel Byrne. Oh God, who is the main gangster in that movie? Great actor, English actor. Can't think of his name now. It's a great movie. Great movie. Well done. Hello, Michael Gott. Didn't mean to blow you off. Good to have you with us over there in the UK. Is that your actual picture now, Michael? And is that I'm trying to figure out what the numbers are in front of you. Or the name is in front of you. What are you wearing? I can't see what you're wearing there. Yeah, if I look like at the people that are following it'll show that you've liked the page but not follow. Just take a look if you would. When you go to the page again, I think you can tell by looking right at the top of page if it says follow. And if you guys would do that invite, once a week, go invite a bunch of people. We can get this audience to record levels. Oh, I know you do, John Gonzalez. You're the man. John's been with me since basically day one, or I've been with John. John, I think, I don't remember how we hooked up. I know I joined and followed the sports authorities, and I think John came on the show or commented on the show and then said I was free to share the sports authorities. And first group I think I ever shared to was the sports authorities. And John's been with me since day one, nearly 6 years ago now. Really appreciate everything John's done. Despite John and I are almost always on the same page. In the last 6 months, I must be changing since I retired. I helped Billy with his Halloween costume this year. What is he? Don't leave us in suspense. We get to see it next Friday. Self-promotion is not frowned upon by Sister Catherine or your Aunt Sarah. No option to follow. Is that right? You got to look at, check one of the drop downs. I appreciate you looking though, Paul. And maybe it's because it's a page and not a group. I mean, I follow everybody that I that's kind of weird. Let me take a quick look while you're saying that. Usually at the very top, let me go to TGI Sports Talk. I'll do it on my phone so it's faster. Where does it tell you this? Yeah, it may not be the phone option may not be the best way to look at this. Well, we'll take a look at it. Again, you guys are here and that's all that matters. But if I go to my group of followers, you guys don't show up. I don't know why. Facebook's weird. Oh, Michael, what do you got? Apparently, Keith, my other content providers that I watch are stating that YouTube are advocating strongly now for streamers to encourage likes and subscribes. And yes, and I haven't done a lot of it on YouTube, quite frankly. I would appreciate it if everybody who watches this on YouTube would go to YouTube and like and subscribe. Quite frankly, if I wanted to make money doing this, which I don't care about making money, I really don't, I would be doing it on YouTube. It's much easier to do, and it can be more lucrative. Facebook is where my followers are mostly, though. I get Michael and a few other guys from YouTube. Rick's comes in from YouTube now and again. But while we got, 2,500 followers or whatever on Facebook, we've got 80 on YouTube because I don't push it. We'll get 1,100, 1,500 views on this show, and I'll get 5. On a good day, 20 views over on YouTube. But I don't have a way to share the show there either. So, I don't know. I'm never going to drop Facebook. So again, I can't really drop Facebook because I have all you guys. We have created this group from thin air, and I'm not just going to leave them behind and go to YouTube. This is why I was so mad at Facebook 4 years ago when they just dropped my page, my TGI Sports Talk page, with no explanation for about 3 months. We love you. I love you guys for coming and looking forward to it and participating, because this is especially this show. All these shows are fun for me to do, and as I've said forever, when they're not fun, I won't do them. But you guys make it fun. You make these shows fun and easy. This show's my favorite show. I love this show. I mean, this show, Sunday mornings. Because we talk about everything. We can disagree. The other thing is it's a safe space where you can go and disagree. I disagree with Danny on a bunch of stuff. I'm never going to not like Danny. Rick and I disagree on stuff. Quitters mostly. John and I get into scrapes about Joe Namath. You part friends and you have fun. Right? Chris is here. Word of mouth has worked well in bringing in fans for sure. You've got a good crop here from Lenny Melnick Fantasy Sports and the Happy Hour Social Club. I'm happy to, you know what? And remind me of this, because I'm thinking about building a few of these tickers across the bottom and then changing them as the show goes on. Anybody who's supporting the show, like John Gonzalez, that's why John Gonzalez has got the lead spot in that ticker. And he's the first guy I mention every week. Him and Greg Rawlings have been huge supporters of this show for a long time, as have all the groups that are scrolling at the bottom. And there's a bunch that I can only get that many on there, quite frankly. There's so many characters you can put in one of these banners. And but those are the guys that have, helped me grow this show more than anybody. And you, Chris, Danny, and Paul, you've all done a great job of helping grow this show, because you all bring in your people. And I love that. And I love the fact that Lenny and the Happy Hour Social Club are bringing people aboard. If he helped his friend, then he's absolutely wrong. I don't think he gambled, is what I said, right? He'd have to be an idiot. He is one of the stupidest people on the face of the earth. Anybody, nobody's ever going. Well, first of all, I don't have, $5 million for somebody to steal. And what I do have is not going to be stolen. Believe me, without me knowing it. But again, I think the biggest thing, and here's where I think you have an argument, John, or anybody does. I think the part where they say the interpreter didn't bet on baseball is got to be bogus. If you're in that deep, you're going to go where you can get the most intelligence and have your best chance of catching up. And where would that be? Where would he get that? Now, he could get it. Quite frankly, to be fair to Ohtani, and I have no reason to defend Ohtani. I don't have an axe to grind here. I don't have any skin in the game, whatever cliche you want to use. He could easily get the information just hanging around the clubhouse and listening, right? Go to the trainer's room, see who's hurt. Stand outside the manager's door with him and the coaches are talking. Ohtani didn't have to know he was helping him to help him, if that makes sense. I do want to give Ohtani the benefit of the doubt because I don't have any reason necessarily to believe he helped him knowingly, but he could certainly have helped him without knowing it. So the part that he didn't bet on baseball, the interpreter, has got to be bullshit. I've said that forever. I do it for the Russian pure enjoyment. I believe that's probably true, and I'm around the same way. My bank's a tad bigger, not much. Again, Danny, this is what I've said forever. I bet within the cigar box with 25 guys, right? And the cigar box is the book. Every now and again, so I'll play in there, and I've never lost more than probably 500 for the year. I guess one year I might have lost 7. I don't know. But most of the years I lose 100 for the year. Win 500. 2 years ago I won 1,200 for the year. It's not a ton of money. Or lost a ton of money. Now, every once in a while, I'll go to DraftKings and I'll bet a game. I like the game because I try to bet 3 games college and then 3 games pro, and you can only bet a max of 300 a week and 50 a game. All you can bet in the cigar box. So I try to go 3 and 3. I wish I had actually bet somebody else yesterday. I don't like the card today at all, but I got 3 games I think I'm going to bet. And that's why you have to do it, right? I mean, and here's the thing. Like you got to bet $30 is all you got to bet in the cigar box to stay active. If I got myself down more than the number I have in my head that I'm comfortable with, I would just bet the $30 and move on, pay my money at the end of the year and start over. Banning Ohtani would be like going after Pujols for steroids. You tear the game apart. You got to put blinders on sometimes. It's just a game. Not sure I necessarily agree. They shouldn't be using it. Again, the steroid uses is a decent parallel, Chris. But while I've said I don't think you should keep some of these steroid users out of the Hall of Fame, I don't think they should be using it because it does affect the outcome of the game. And it is just a game, but you cannot risk the integrity of the game. So if Ohtani did something, he should be banned. Who is more prideful than Pete Rose? I don't think you look away. I don't think you put blinders on ever. And when quasi defend Otani. I'm not putting blinders on. I'm just trying to look at it logically. And I can tell you that I do believe the interpreter had to have bet on Dodger games, but I can tell you that he also could have got intel about the Dodgers and other teams without getting it directly from Otani, or Otani know he's even giving it to him. Packers and Steelers tonight might steal the Sunday show today. Listen, the NFL was short-sighted. They should have scheduled this game in Green Bay. That would have been a huge story. And it's a really bad card today, right? I mean, what do we got? Giants-Eagles has a little bit of oomph. I think the Giants are going to feel and I'll go through my picks here in a second. We'll look at the standings. I think the Giants feel a bit of a hangover from last week's debacle, but I like Jackson Dart to make up. I like the connection he's building with Robinson, but I think the Eagles win easy today. 49ers, Texans, little intrigue there. Dallas and the Broncos, maybe. Packers, Steelers, probably the best game. Redskins, your Redskins, Danny, and Kansas City, I think, has some as well. Daniels is out, I believe, though, correct? So a lot of quarterbacks. Troy, Tyrod Taylor would have started today, but he's hurt. Michael Penix is hurt, so Cousins will be starting, it looks like. Where else was I going to talk about a quarterback injury? Oh, Daniels is out. It does look like McCarthy will be back in the lineup next week or in 2 weeks. Minnesota might have a bye next week. I'm not sure. But whenever they play again, it looks like McCarthy will be the quarterback there. Rub that magic knob and give it to us. Let's jump into it right now, shall we? Since you said it, let's get to it so we aren't rushing it at the end. Here's the picks. And we've been hot with our picks. 9 of the last 10 bets I've made. Don't go by these, these pick'ems, remember, are with no points, which should be easier theoretically. Just to give you a quick recap, in week 8, we had everybody basically. That's this week. Everybody's got one. Last week, Danny, phenomenal week. 13. How many games were there? 14 games last week? 13 wins out of 14, I believe. That's phenomenal. Drew had 12 out of 14. Very good. 12 out of whatever. Rick had 12. J-Train had 12. The Juris Blitz, that's Sonia, had 11. Our generic fan had 11. Bo had 10. Sun God 10. Fantasy World 10. I had only 9. And Poppy's picks, who was leading, falls to only 7. So that makes Danny our leader now with 75. Rick is in second with 72. The generic ESPN fan, I gotta believe you're here, dude. Are you here? Do you have 71 points? Speak up so I know who you are. Kenny has 70. Sun God 69. Michael 67. Bo 67. Myself 67. J-Train 67. Boston Paul 65. Sonia 62. And Drew pulls up the rear at 60. For myself, I had the Chargers on Thursday night. We're going to take the Falcons and Kirk Cousins over the Dolphins. By the way, Tua sucks. This team is in big trouble. Mike McDaniel has got to be the next guy to go, doesn't he? The Bengals. Listen, I said this morning on the National Streaming Sports Show that I feel like the last 4 weeks the Jets have played crappy teams, and I said, well, they got to win someplace. Why not here? Well, I'm not saying that ever again. Bengals and Joe Flacco win this one easy. Patriots, maybe a trap game. Listen, the Patriots are 5-2. I'm excited about where the Patriots are. I'm excited about Drake May's progress. I'm excited about a lot of things. The 5 wins, except for Buffalo, the other 4 wins are not built against great teams. This isn't a great team. They're only 1-2 at home. They lost to 2 mediocre at best football teams, made 1 bad, even with the Raiders. 2 games they should have won. If I had them at 5-2 right now, they should have won those 2 games. That's what's really funny. But I like the Patriots to win and cover here. Patriots may be a bet for me today. Who did I like today? The Eagles should win over the Giants. Again, I already talked about the Jackson Dart. I like what they're doing, but I think there's a hangover today, and I think they win. Buffalo, I know, they give up a lot of rushing yards. Carolina's leading the league in rushing. They're undefeated at home. I get that. I like the Panthers to be improved. 8 wins, maybe even 9. This won't be one of them. Buffalo coming off a bye week. Josh Allen and company win this game. I like the Bears over Baltimore. Baltimore's a mess. Lamar Jackson still out. They're 1-5. Thing is, what's funny? They're not even out of this North race probably, but they will be probably after today. I like the Bears, and Caleb Williams is inconsistent a bit, but Caleb Williams is making plays. Caleb Williams is helping the Bears win games and growing as a quarterback. Another guy who gets a bad rap. I don't understand it. Yes, sometimes he'll make you pull your hair out if you have hair, but every young quarterback will. I'm changing my pick here as we speak. I had the Texans over the 49ers, but I like the 49ers now going on the road. This Texans offense is really banged up. I don't think they can run the ball enough to make up for the fact that C.J. Stroud has hardly anybody to throw the ball to. The 49ers lead the league in passing yards. I think the Houston defense, as good as it is, I think that secondary is a bit suspect. Darryl Stingley, the junior, has not played as well as he has in previous years, and he's being targeted a lot more than normal. I think Mac Jones and the 49ers eke out a close win on the road. Tampa Bay goes to New Orleans. I think Tampa will be one of my picks, my bets today. The Broncos are another team I think I might bet today, and I might bet the over in this game. The Colts I will take. I like the Broncos, by the way. I like the Colts over the Titans. I don't like the number necessarily, but I like the Colts today. The Packers over the Steelers. It could be a bet. Not sure. And the Chiefs over the Commanders. I'm sorry, the Redskins. That's a tough. I'm not laying the 11, although the Chiefs are getting it together. You write off the Chiefs at your own expense, man, every year. They're getting healthy. Rashid Rice is back. You saw what he means to that offense last week. This is a good football team still. And I like the Chiefs to win today. Who are my bets, I said? I think I'm betting the Patriots -7. Bills, I don't like the number. I don't like the Bears number. I don't like that number. I think the Buccaneers are 5.5 over the Saints, if I'm not mistaken. I like that game. Let me see if I can give you the right number on that game. Hold on. This is a Garbox, of course. Sorry I'm going to take the Broncos -3.5. I'm going to take the Patriots -7, and I'm going to take the third one I don't know yet. Might be the Bucks -4.5 or the Packers -3. So there, I put my Nostradamus hat on, my Swami hat on. There's your picks. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Paul. I appreciate you looking. Usually when you like a page, you're going to get like and follow. That's what's weird. I don't get it. But I appreciate it. You're all good. No worries. Invite your friends, though. Go to that invite button I showed you and invite your friends. Michael's heart. That's your Harley Davidson leather jacket. I have a lovely HD Sportster that I ride. Nice when the weather's good, which isn't often over there. That's a good looking picture. You look a little like Brian Arts from afar. I can't get a good close up look, but you look a little like Brian Arts from the big football show. I hope Green Bay beats the Steelers. Well, you're a Wisconsin guy. I think they will. I mean, the Steelers are not a good football team. I know, that fat bastard that used to coach my team says you are what your record says you are, and I often believe the same thing. Steelers don't feel like a good football team to me. And the NFL really missed an opportunity, I think, by not scheduling this game in Green Bay. Just saying. The Golden Bear, Jack Nicklaus, shot a 67 in the first round of the Masters in 1993 at 53, oldest co-leader ever in the history of the tournament. Remember, too, Tom Watson at 58, I want to say, was this close to winning the British Open. So you can play some golf at a decent golf at 53. The way the game is today, I don't think any old timers are going to keep up with these young guys. At the Masters, you'll always see somebody, a couple of the old timers, Freddie Couples for years, and I don't think the last couple, but for years would really play well the first couple rounds. Those 4 days catch up with you. Jim Thorpe documentary film on YouTube, always kicking 1932. About 20, 30 minutes running time, plus the movie about Jim, All-American Burt Lancaster, I think. I think you're right. Not a guy who gets talked about enough is when we talk about great athletes, right? And we talk about Bo Jackson and others as, the best athletes we've seen. Jim Thorpe, somebody did bring it up, I think, when we had this conversation not long ago. But Jim Thorpe was amazing and certainly faced a lot more hardships than some of these other guys have, for sure. Haven't had a ball player convert to Judaism in a while. I can only name Rod Carew. Rod Carew, famously, Steve Jeltz. I did not know he converted, but I certainly remember the name. That topic's a little off the beaten path, Chris, but I guess topical. Maybe the ball players are all behind Hamas now. I don't know. I can't believe some of the stuff I see. I can't even get into it. I will say this. There's been no better friend to this country, especially in that part of the world, than Israel. And if some people want us to turn our backs on them because they were attacked, it's just comical in my mind. Joe loves my show. I would probably have more celebrities follow my show if I wasn't so hard on them. Joe Namath, Aaron Boone, the whole Boone family has blackballed me. Let's get Joe on the show. What do you say? Another part of the country of California heard from. Matt, how are you, my friend? Our resident Charger fan. Good win for the Chargers the other night. You saw the good Chargers on Thursday night. This team is a bit inconsistent. You saw them at their best. The defense was phenomenal. Herbert was phenomenal. They ran the ball. 200 plus yards, I think, right? Great game by the Chargers the other night. Well done, Matt. Rick, you can't take that, can you? So Rick had mentioned he was helping Billy with his Halloween costume, and he was going to be a Viking fan, but he refused to wear the diaper. I love the show and everyone here. Amazing. What? Stop with the acronyms kill me. What are we talking about? LMFS HHC. Help me out, Michael. By the way, while we're talking about following, make sure you check out Michael's writings at least once a week that I post on TGI Sports Talk and share to a lot of the groups. John's been kind enough to let me share them on the Sports Authorities. And and some others that welcome blogs and that type of thing have allowed me to share it. I shared it on my personal page. Michael's got it on his page. Michael has a really good knack for writing in my mind, and I hope somebody sees some of it and takes notice, because Michael could be making money doing this. I'll tell you that right now. Even in topics I don't agree with, Michael has me reading the articles. They're well written. They're not writing over somebody's head. He's got humor in them. It's very, very well done. Even if you don't agree with whatever topic he's talking about, they're great reads. Vikings and Jets throwing poop at each other. I don't believe Otani knew. I truly don't. I believe in Santa Claus, but not that. I don't think he knew either. Now, again, it doesn't mean he didn't give out information that his interpreter could have used. I do believe he bet on baseball. I do believe that's being covered up. I don't think anything about Otani is being covered up. I don't think Rob Manfred in Major League Baseball wants it out that this interpreter was betting on baseball. But think about it. Michael, John Gonzalez, anybody here, right? Anybody who thinks he didn't bet on baseball, and that's not you guys, obviously. Well, I don't know. Michael may not think that. If I'm that interpreter and I'm in the whole, I don't know, millions of dollars, I'm going to take the money and go bet on European soccer, tennis, when I'm sitting in a Major League Baseball clubhouse every single day and I'm hearing all this information about who's playing, who's not playing. I've got intel on other teams that I hear in pitching meetings and whatever else. I'm betting on baseball, trying to get myself out of the hole all day, every day. Again, Occam's razor. It's very possible, Danny. I've told Jack this. He said, they're going to win a game. Now, they've got some winnable games, right? But not a lot. Bengals and Browns the next couple of weeks. You better win one of these games. I said it to Jack. I think if they lose these games, they go winless. Because they got the Patriots. They're at the Ravens, and I would think Lamar Jackson's going to be back by the 30th of November. I'm sorry, the 23rd of November. They got the Falcons. They do have the Dolphins, but they already lost to them. You're at the Jaguars. You're at the Saints. That's a possibility. You got the Patriots and Bills to finish out the season. You got like 3 potential games you can win there. 3. And I keep saying they've had also 1, 2, 3, at least 3 or 4 potential wins so far now that are gone by the boards. I think 0-17 is in play. Leapin' Lanny. Oh, that's Leapin' Lanny. That's his brother, by the way. Leapin' Lanny Poffo. Randy Poffo got his name Macho Man from baseball. I did not know this, but he was a catcher in the Cardinals organization. I do know that. Randy Poffo. He had a brute power, and fans in the outfield would hold up signs saying Macho Man hit it here. Didn't make it out of the minors and did pretty well in wrestling. Died young. So when you talk about steroids and the effects it has on people, I would think Randy Savage might be a guy to take a look at. A lot of wrestlers die at unusually young ages. Matt says, I get into a yearly pick'em with a Charger group. Do lottery scratchers count? Oh my gosh. Like your team, though. CA says, of course, the greatest day in golf history was the final round of the 86. Oh my God. The best round of golf I've ever seen. The best televised, one of the best televised events I've ever witnessed was 46-year-old Jack Nicklaus chasing down Kite, Norman, Ballesteros, a bunch of them in that Masters. There was a bunch of guys in play that day, not just Kite and Norman. And Jack was just phenomenal on the back nine. I remember because they didn't show the whole tournament, they didn't show all 18 holes at that time because the Masters, they were this big secret organization and they had to keep the front nine was a mystery forever. What's this? Still trying to fix this damn. Oh, wait. There we go. I just find it. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't have ADD or anything. Don't worry about me. But I believe it was Brett Musburger signing in on CBS saying you're not going to believe what you're about to see, and it was Nicholas had started his charge. So a lot of fun there. Well, John, these two things are related. I feel bad now. You've gotten me to the point where I really feel bad about my comments about Broadway show. I really, really, especially him being a Jet, me being a Patriot fan. Yes, even in those days. Those of you who think that I've lived this charmed existence, except for the last few years as a Patriot fan, should have been around in 1970. But I like Joe. So again, I apologize for my comments. Joe has earned his place in the Hall of Fame and belongs there. Billy Napier bet on himself. Don't follow Billy Napier's picks. I was a little surprised when John posted, give your tips for winning bets at the sports authorities. I thought it was brilliant, and Danny would have a pithy comment when I said, look for my bets and bet the other way. I wanted to beat you to the comment, Danny. But we're hot right now, 9 out of 10. I'll probably jinx it myself today. So. Chris Rose was a legend. Oh, I think that's Chris Rose was a legend. So Pete Rose was a legend. Is Ohtani greater than Pete? No, he's not. Look the other way. What about young kids that look up to these players? No, you can't do that. And again, that's why my comments were what they were as well, John. Again, I don't think it's players' responsibilities necessarily to be role models. You can do it without it being your responsibility, though. And I don't think that baseball looked the other way on steroids until they couldn't, and then they came down hard on some guys. The baseball writers obviously have come down very hard on these guys and not allowing them in the Hall of Fame. In Pete's case, Pete gambled, so it's apples to apples. But Pete also, there was a paper trail for Pete. There is no evidence unless it's been suppressed. And if that's the case, then I'm dead wrong about Ohtani. I don't think they looked the other way. And I don't think if they did, it's okay, to be clear. So I guess more to the point of this comment, assuming that's just, I don't want to say assume. If they in fact looked the other way, then that's wrong. Everybody should be held accountable. Nobody's bigger than the game, right? We're not talking about he stayed out late and we looked the other way because he broke a team rule. He broke a league-wide rule, and you can't do that. Again, my gut says he didn't. Not willingly. Now, again, this is not the brightest guy in the freaking world. I can tell you right now. See you later, Paul. Have a good one. How far behind am I anyway? 10:02, so I'm only 18 minutes behind. Guys, stay with us. If you put up comments, as you know, anybody who's with us a lot knows that we get behind here because we like to address every comment. Buffalo loses today, Danny says. Oh, if Buffalo. Oh, so you're saying they will lose and they're just a regular team, in your opinion? Fair. Any team with Josh Allen is going to have a chance to win pretty much any game. Buffalo's big thing, and they get some defensive players back who've been hurt today. They've been really bad against the run. To me, they're making a mistake. I understand their want to keep Cook healthy and strong for the playoff push in the playoffs, but they aren't giving him enough touches. Buffalo's still, to me, an elite team, I think. I mean, who'd they lose to? The Patriots. Patriots are a much improved team. Patriots get them again at home. But if they lose today, then I will tell you they are just a regular team. They should not lose to this Carolina team. Bryce Young isn't playing. Andy Dalton is not good enough to beat good NFL teams anymore. And if they were to lose this game, I would agree with you. I don't think they're going to lose this game. Neil Bush, how are you? Congratulations, Neil. Yesterday, 9 wins. Great job. Your South Carolina Gamecocks gave Alabama all they could handle yesterday. I thought they would. Not enough to bet them. But I do believe they covered the spread yesterday, which is, again, not good for a fan who wants wins. I love Shane Beamer. Beamer, I know you do. I think I know you do. But I'm wondering if he may not be heading out of town. I don't know that he wants to go back to Virginia Tech because his father's such a legend there. But it's starting to look like, he may need to get out in front of the posse. This team's been a big disappointment this year. And again, everybody talks about Arch Manning. Arch Manning had a great day yesterday. You look at his numbers. His numbers are better than Lenore Sellers. His numbers are better than Drew Larsworth. His numbers are better than John Mateers. His numbers are better than Cade Klubnik. I say that without having looked right at all these numbers, but I looked at enough to be confident I'm not too far off in that comment. These are all guys with more experience than Arch Manning. KC, the best NFL bet of the week. They play Monday night, though. They do. But they're 11-point favorites on the road? Or are they at home? I feel like they're at home. Yeah. That might be a good bet, too. I got some money on. I got some money built up. I might bet an extra game. Maybe tomorrow night. That's a FanDuel bet for me. I think I'll play my 3 cigar box bets I just gave you. There's an over I like though. I gave you 3 game picks. I like the over in the Dallas Bronco game. Quite frankly, 50. Anyway, something to think about. Just watch a quick YouTube snippet. Ted Williams stated that Shoeless Joe Jackson, because he wasn't convicted by any court, should be in the Hall of Fame. I do believe, I said for a long time, Pete Rose and Joe Jackson both belonged in the Hall of Fame. The steroids guys belongs in the Hall of Fame, but you put on their plaques, suspended for baseball for whatever. I mean, Pete Rose wasn't convicted of anything in a court of law regarding baseball. He was convicted on tax evasion, but not fixing baseball games or betting on baseball games. And Joe Jackson, I mean, there's a lot of debate whether he was part of this conspiracy. Go read Eight Men Out. It's one of the best baseball books I've ever read, sports books I've ever read. I mean, the movie was good, but the book doesn't do the book justice in my mind. And it's a very sad story, especially the Joe Jackson part of it and the Buck Weaver part of it, to me, are very sad. Take Aaron Glenn. Where am I taking him? I don't want Aaron Glenn. Here's the thing. 0-17, does Aaron Glenn get fired? Maybe. One win probably saves his job. It's tough to go one and done. I mean, unless you've got a guy that you just can't pass up. Again, Patriots did it with Gerard Mayo, you're going to say. You're absolutely right. You know why? They would not have done it probably for anybody but Mike Vrabel. If Vrabel wasn't available and wasn't amenable to taking the job, I don't think that would have ever happened. So, anyway, I think Aaron Glenn keeps his job. Who's going to take the job? Who wants that job? This shirt fits much better to me. Haven't had it on yet this year. 20 pounds. On a bit of a plateau the last week or so, but. And Tiger's an old timer. Tiger is an old timer. Old time, 49. He's heading to the Champions Tour. He's probably going to play in majors on the PGA Tour, and that's it. And he's not going to win. You could see him have a couple when he plays. He could have a couple of nice first two rounds. Get to the weekend. I mean, if he gets to the leaderboard on a Sunday, it would shock me. Jack was a shock. The oldest major winner. I think he's still the oldest Masters winner. Tom Watson at 58 years old at the British Open. Most amazing thing I've ever seen. I say that a lot, don't I? I've seen a lot of amazing things. The interview question. What's up with Keith today? Food and brews? Yeah, we're going to, we're tempering ourselves, but yes, we'll be out for, to go watch the Patriots and Browns and some other football with my boys. We'll have a little, some wings and some beer. So thank you for asking, Chris. We'll have a good time. I got this weekend. I'm going to miss 3 weeks with the team while I'm on vacation, and I still don't know whether I'm on vacation or just away. Lenny Melnick and the Happy Hour Social Club. Big smile from Michael. Sent a picture of Billy's costume to my home. Did you really? Where'd you send it? Oh my God. Oh dear. This can't be good, right? I'm not getting a costume. Rick's asking me a question. I can't open that. We'll see if we can open that or not. If that opens, when the show's on, the rest of the stuff gets a little slow. Michael Dighton Edwards can definitely write with the best of them. I agree. Got to get this guy a paid job writing. Don't want to lose his articles, for free, but my gosh, good stuff. Don't drink if you're still on a streak. What streak? I think there's momentum. Well, there's momentum, good and bad. And your team's got it, Billy, unfortunately for you. Oh, no. I'm going to pass on that one, right? Did you send that to Billy or no? I'm not going to post that, Billy. I'm going to save you the embarrassment and you getting mad at me. Oh, what is this? I'd rather write for friends than money any day. Well, good. Thank you. Interpreter Clown absolutely bet on baseball, no doubt. Yeah, I agree with that. No problem. 3 cheers for sports writing. Chris does his own. Chris, I haven't seen anything from you lately. You've been writing and just not letting me know. Chris also does some writing and has shared with TGI Sports Talk from time to time. And I haven't seen anything in a bit. And I assumed you haven't been doing it. I hope I haven't missed it. Here's the thing. If you do share it to the page or something, you got to make sure you let me know so that I can go approve it. Like some of the podcasts and groups or whatever that I share with, or some of the podcasts that I promote and will promote my show and allow me to share to their pages. just let me know there's a show, and I'll be happy to go share it to mine. Similar I do with the Bottom Line Sports from time to time, and Ralph Williams from time to time, and whatnot. Chargers won by a bunch. I guess Minnesota was beat up. We still held them. Listen, wins are wins. Never make apologies for wins. What do we got? About 15 minutes left, a little bit less. Michael Gott, be careful. Broadway Joe's most embarrassing moment when he was a pundit chatting up Susie Kolber. I think he had a few sherbets before he did have a few sherbets that day. Now, to Joe's defense, I mean, Joe took it pretty hard. He took a beating for that Susie Kolber deal on the sidelines. I think they might have been honoring the 69 Jets or the Jets Ring of Honor. I don't know exactly what it was. But Joe was there, and Joe had a couple of pops. And I believe, and John might be able to verify this, I believe then Joe saw that, heard he was embarrassed, and he went and got help. And I'm pretty sure that Joe Namath has basically been on the wagon since then. Pretty sure. Lost to the Falcons. Buffalo lost to the Falcons. Shula's play calling cost South Carolina the game. Who was it? Your offensive coordinator? David Shula? I didn't even know that. Or no, it's one of the grandkids, isn't it? Isn't it one of Don's grandkids? Not one of his kids, right? David coached. Which one coached? Mike Shula, I think, coached Alabama. David Shula coached the Bengals, right? Always mix the two of them up. Casey's at home, and that's too many points. Hey, Scott Kobe, good to have you with us. Yeah, it is a lot of points. I don't know. We'll see. Here's a 16 teaser for 6 teams at 6 points. Patriots, Eagles, 49ers, Bengals, Colts, Falcons. It's plus 150, 6-point teaser, cut spread down by 6. So I get the Patriots -1, you're saying? So that's plus 500. I got to get all. That's not a great. Well, I pretty much only got to win. Pretty much only got to win those games. And some of them you're going to get points, right? Like the 49ers, I would end up. 49ers are getting 2.5, correct? I might like the 49ers today, actually. That's an interesting bet, Scott. Tiger is in body language much older than 49. I'm saying 58 or so. You're probably right. But Tiger's, yes, and he's been through a lot, man. Surgery-wise, accidents, getting beat up with golf clubs. Vikings 0 for 59 in Super Bowl. It's not quite that bad. Yeah, that's a great question now. So, there's only been less than 59 Super Bowls, I think, right? I don't do math very well. Maybe there's been 59 Super Bowls. I don't think we are. But if you'd gone to every Super Bowl, you'd have to be happy. I'd be miserable. Michael got Canada trying to Stark a World Series. I can't seem to take the Stanley Cup back. Just saying. I think we saw the best punch you're going to get from the Blue Jays. I mean, I said 6 games. It might be 5 now. I don't know. What caused the switch, Danny, from Ohtani to Glasnow for game 3? I'm curious. Patriots -1, and yes, 49ers plus 8.5. Yikes. That's interesting. Where do you get that teaser? Scott, the Redskins are banged up. KC covers easier than North Dakota State and Indiana did yesterday. Just saying. Well, here's the thing. All the wide receivers are not healthy, but they got no quarterback. And if you think Marcus Mariota is the answer, we need to chat. DraftKings got it? Oh, you got to put it. How do you put it? Just see. I'll have to check it out. Never been a big parlay, even or teaser guy. I'm a straight bet the game kind of guy. Debo and McLaren are back this week, as I said, yes. But Marcus Mariota is a quarterback. Not a fan. I was a fan at one time. You know when I stopped being a fan of Marcus Mariota? When he lost his job starting for the Falcons, and they decided to play Desmond Ridder, I believe, at the time. And he packed up his toys and went home. Just left the team. Rick, that is a quitter. Some of the other people you've attributed that word to doesn't fit. That is the epitome of a quitter. In my dictionary, when I go look up the word quitter, Marcus Mariota is right next to the picture of him is right next to the definition. Pick all 6 on the spread, then tab the teaser at the bottom of the bet slip. I see. Maybe we'll take a shot later. Guess what? Oh, I just couldn't do the math. So is it 59? 58? Was the 67 season or this? It was a 68 season, wasn't it? So wasn't the game played in 68? I see. I always get confused. I'm still confused. Kamini Vidal to the rescue. Bolts rookie running back. Played well. I like this team. I'm one of the few Jim Harbaugh backers out there. Jim Harbaugh pretty much just wins. Had a little downtime with Michigan. Jim Harbaugh wins everywhere he goes. Everywhere. Just name one place he's been, he has won. Won at San Diego College. Won at Stanford when nobody else was winning there. And left a pretty good a base for David Shaw later. Won at San Francisco when they had stunk. Took them to 2 consecutive NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl. The man can coach. You can say whatever you want about Jim Harbaugh. You can't say he can't coach. Otani couldn't bet on K's in a series prop with the NBA news, so he moved up to 4 starter. Funny's funny. I mean, we got about 5 minutes left, guys. 59th Super Bowl this year. Thank you. My Perth education does not allow me to make these frickin' kind of things make sense on the fly. Oh, you guys. Chargers have. I had a great education at Perth. Not math and English, but great education. Chargers haven't had a good coach since Marty. Marty was a great coach. Marty Schottenheimer. There was a time the Patriots were looking for a coach before Belichick that I would have killed to have Marty Schottenheimer as my coach. I mean, maybe he had trouble in the playoffs, but he got to them every freaking year. Here's some petty history for y'all. NFL championship trophy was kept by each winner. The last one by the Vikings is a cheat Curly's field in Green Bay. Is what? Oh, is that cheat Curly? Oh my God. I didn't know that. Mr. Khaki. He hasn't been wearing khakis though. He's got a new look. 68 Super Bowl play. 68th. Where'd you go to school? Even I knew it wasn't a 68 Super Bowl. 59. Oh, Billy. It's good to have you with us today, Billy. Love having you here. Nice picture the other day with the fam. Hope everybody's doing well. Was that here or were you across the pond? You got to look up Michael Gott when you go over there. Michael, don't know if you knew this, but Billy's daughter lives in merry old England. I did save you the what's the word I want, Rick? The infamy of posting Rick's Halloween costume that he picked out for you. Shit's wacky tobacco. Oh God, you guys are the best. Swear to God, I have so much fun here. I don't know. Did we talk a lot of sports today? I don't even know if we did. Now I get to the point, say, I'll go share this show later. And I say, other than the generic sports groups like John's group and some others, did I talk enough football? Did I talk enough baseball? I don't know if I talked enough baseball to share to the baseball groups. I always tell them, if I share this to your group, there's going to be some chatter at some point during the shows about whatever your group's content is about. So anyway. Oh, what happened here? You're going as me? Get your fat suit out. I still got a ways to go, but I feel so much better. Whether it's noticeable, I can't tell. Sometimes I can see it in my face, and other times I go, "Oh, you fat bastard." Oh no, that's Bill Parcells. Matt, you have a good Sunday too, guys. We're going to get ready to sign off here and have a get ready to take then I got a few minutes before I got to run out the door to head to Amsterdam and get our seats for football. See my boy Mark pretty soon. Rick, sorry we won't see you, but maybe next week. Stop up and see us. Guys, great show today. Great. Thanks for participating. You guys are the best group of followers out there. Maybe John Gonzalez followers are better, but we're all John Gonzalez followers, I think. So it still applies. Guys, check out Jack and Keith's Weekend Playbook tomorrow, 8 a.m. sharp. We'll see you then. Have a great Sunday football. Go Patriots. Bye-bye.